Greetings, 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 and welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza. This is so good to be here with you, isn't it? Today we're going to be talking about something that affects so many of us, especially this side of the country, which is called daylight saving time. You know, the time of the year when we spring forward or we fall back. And while it seems that it is something natural and so many of us adjust, there are many who cannot. It actually affects so many of us in ways that you probably wouldn't know it affects. Yesterday I was at the bank and the bank teller, this young guy, he was saying he didn't even feel it. Whereas so many of my neighbors, when we were talking, they felt it. So I want to know, how do you feel with this time change that happens? You have to, now we're springing forward. So let's talk about it. Every time we change the clocks, our body has to adjust to it. You know, it's this adjustment, it's about the time and how important it is mentally, physically, and emotionally. It affects in one form or another. For some, it doesn't affect at all, and for others, it's a new rhythm. And in the meantime, so many notice it in a more, how do I say, it affects them. It becomes a trigger to adjust to the sunlight. When they're waking up, it's still dark, and you want to go home, it's still daylight. So mentally, you might find yourself a little bit more foggy, maybe even forgetful, and your body is trying to catch up to it. You know, it's like this concentration may not be as easy because it's this change in itself. It's affecting the brain. So that's the part of the mind. The light affects our eyes, and what we see, how to adjust to that, it affects the brain and the brain waves. So physically, and once that happens, it affects us physically. So what happens physically is the shift can throw off your sleep patterns. When you go to sleep and how long you sleep, do you wake up during the night? So it creates less of a restful sleep, which it turns into impacting your energy level, impacting your rest mode, and even your metabolism and overall health. So you might even notice that you feel a bit more sluggish, especially as your brainwave and cardigan rhythms are adjusting to that. So when that happens, it affects you, what? Emotionally. You may be a little bit more off Kindle, a bit more edgy, because your sleep pattern has been disrupted. It affects your mood. And I know they say you're on that mood again, but this daylight savings, for at least for the first 72 hours, it can really do a lot of adjustment. So no pun intended, it happens, it doesn't happen overnight. But here's the truth, because life is all about change. We change, leaves are changing, we change clothes, we change direction, we change everything. And this is one of the changes that so many say, I'm not happy with this. Or I can't seem to adjust to that. Some even affects them being tardy to work, and not because they intend to, it's just time management is difficult. So as we grow, we find new ways to adjust. Kids and youngsters adjust to a lot of things much faster. So it's up to us adults, or perhaps even seniors, more of a senior age, not necessarily seniors, to adjust to things. So I've been thinking, how do I cope with these changes? One of the things I know is I sleep more profoundly. I go to bed the same time, always 11:30, closer to midnight, because I'm more of a late owl. And what I have realized, in the morning, when I open my eyes to take my dog out, it's still dark. But when I look at the clock, it says 7 o'clock or 7:08. It's usually my time when I get up. And when I see that time, it's like it's his time. It's not my time. So I have a great reason, which is my dog. And I do get out of bed. Before getting out, I always do my stretches and shift my body to get my body moving. And I do my three tip or 3 validation, 3 gratefulness. I am so glad that I can open my eyes. I breathe. I make sure my body is all adjusted, because it's all about how you adjust. If you do the same routines, your body will not know any different. So that's what I'm doing. In a way, it's like self-hypnosis, self-management. It's telling my mind and body not much has changed, okay? So in a way, it's a helpful tool to manage the impact of the daylight savings time. Now, did you know that through hypnosis, you can reset your internal clock? The same way as I don't need an alarm to wake me up, because by 7:07 or 7:08, the latest 7:09, my eyes are open, and then I do all this shifting and everything, and I have looked at the phone, and it is exactly either 7:07 or 7:09. So through hypnosis, you can reset your internal dial and internal clock, and it creates an easy pattern for you. It creates this ease, so there is no anxiety. So there is no shift, that there is no anxiety arising or even disrupting your thought patterns or the brain waves or even your schedule, okay? This is something most of the people, especially in Southern California, we're already used to it. Every 6 months we go through this. We fall back because it's winter time, or coming to spring, we spring forward. When we put the attitude of springing forward in there, you shift your attitude, you shift your body's response to how you feel. You can learn to relax deeply by reprogramming your mind and even sleep better. Because when I go to bed, knowing that the next day, now it's already the 3rd day, and most of us are already adjusting. So understanding how you treat your mind, how you respond to your thoughts, and the words you use are so powerful and impact not only what you hear, your body listens, and if you're complaining, your body hears it, and it responds maybe by becoming more sluggish, right? It affects your psyche, And why? Because of your words, because of your thoughts, because you put those ideas and concepts in place. And yet through self-hypnosis, or if you want to learn how to do self-hypnosis, by all means, call me. You know, I've been practicing self-hypnosis for the last 20 years, and I can also teach you how to do this. You can learn how to deal with triggers that cause stress and discomfort so that you can transition to the next level with much easier. So if you're struggling with sleep patterns, anxiety, mood, and it's affecting your life, watch for the words that you speak. And if you want to learn how to do self-hypnosis, meditation, and what is meditation? Take a nice deep breath. Let's do this together. And you exhale. Right? Let's do one more time. You hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you exhale. Here's another thing I want you to become aware. Did you know that every time you inhale, the sound and the exhale is almost the same sounds as when you sit in front of the ocean at the beachside, and when you close your eyes, all you can hear is the waves and how they come to shore and how they easily and gently reset. And as they recede back into the ocean, the sound is so similar to each and every breath that you breathe. So it's like, and exhale. And if you can put your, how you breathe and synchronize it with the waves of the ocean, you will realize that the ocean's wave and your breathing becomes very much synchronized. It's so amazing that so much of who we are is part of nature. You know, when we go and sit at the beachside, if you have been to the beach, you go there. Hopefully the sand is nice and warm, if not hot. You put your toes in the sand. You even sit and you put your feet under the sand and take a moment. Just imagine that you are at the beachside. And when your feet are below the sand, just let it stay there. And ground yourself on that beautiful pebble beach and the sand, becoming aware of something that you are wearing, hopefully a bathing suit, shorts, a light shirt. And be very mindful of that heat, the sun that shines down from above, warming not only the sand, but your body. And it feels so good to bask in that light. And when you close your eyes and you become one with each and every breath at that beachside, you can hear not only the sound of the ocean, the sound of the seagulls from far away, the sound of the wind perhaps caressing your face, your skin, and gently with your eyes closed, you become more aware of your body. And at that moment, if you place your hands, just imagining all this, is as profound as being there in person. And you place your hands right there at the palm of your hands on the sand. It's nice and warm, and put your fingers below and just gently move your fingers and allow the sand to come down and just fall from in between your hands as you expand the palm of your hand, and recognizing how wonderful it is to put it in the palm of your hand and release it, just playing with the sand. And all the while, your breath becomes very much in sync with the wave of the ocean. And that in itself is one of the most meditative moments that there is. Because you are one with nature, you are one with sky, you are one with the sun, you are one with yourself, you are one with Mother Earth, you are one with your higher self. This exercise in itself takes only 3 minutes. And if you were to do this kind of an exercise just in your imagination, you can easily and gently drift into deep sleep. And it doesn't matter if it is nighttime or daytime. It is how you hold your attention with an intention for 30 seconds to 3 minutes. And when you do this, you have already regulated your body internally. Every nerve, every muscle, every organ, every tissue, every cell, every essence, even all the molecules in your body feel as one. Because that's who you are. One with all with you. This in itself is a self-hypnosis that if you were to practice every single day for 33 consecutive days, you will see tremendous change, not only internally, but also for your everyday life. Please do this practice and let me know how it feels. In about a week, let me know how it feels a month from today. And if you are ready for more profound changes, by all means, go to HealWithin.com or even LizaBoubari.com. Go to my products, and I have audio recordings for self-hypnosis. You can purchase, download, and listen to it. From relax and unwind all the way to managing stress, stress no more. There's deep sleep, even for ladies with menopause. If you have someone who's struggling with cancer, by all means, the healing cocoon. If you have someone who's pregnant and for them to have an easy birthing, I have 12 audio recordings. By all means, go to my website, scroll. Just go through it and see what resonates with you or someone you know and gift them. I also have books that has tools and techniques, and I urge you to check my products. And lastly, thank you for all your messages and everything. This message was for Maggie because she messaged me and said, I'm struggling with this daylight and I'm always late for the first day or two. What can I do? So thank you, Maggie. This was inspired for you and about you. With that, I know it will help so many of you, all my listeners. Thank you for your utmost support in everything. And remember, every Sunday I go on the radio, Real Talk 870, Real Talk AM 870. Tune in, Sundays, 10 p.m., we talk about a lot of things. And this week, I have an amazing guest. You do not want to miss this. Until next week, God bless you. Do this practice. Sleep better. And guess what? It's all about evoking, embracing, and evolving one conversation at a time. God bless you, and may the universal light surround you always. Bye-bye.
And if you like this, share it, subscribe, and go to YouTube, and you'll see the rest of all my podcasts.